Fabulous. Well, good evening, friends, and welcome to Adventuring with Adventurers in Space. I'm super excited that we're going to be playing Star Trek Adventures RPG. Star Trek Adventures. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be great, and somehow I am not gonna mess this up. Which is funny because like I've already not succeeded in live streaming and not succeeded in telling anybody where to find the stream. So it's gonna be great. We'll figure it out. I have with me 5 fantastic people whom I vetted over an extendedly long period of time. 2 of the wonderful players I met just this year. Well, actually 3. Sorry, we only just met this year. Did we meet last year? Technically, it was last year, wasn't it?
Met once last year.
Yeah.
But then we became friends this year.
That's true. So one of our wonderful players had some technical issues and could only participate via audio, and that is my main man, Steve. Yo, he says. He's a little shy. We're gonna hopefully work that out of him. Honestly, you can't get shyness out of people. It's a fallacy, and don't try. So what we will do...
Well, I'm not shy. I'm just trying to be considerate with the time.
Oh, okay. Hurry it up. Got it. Heard loud and clear. Okay, so... So we're going to play a starting adventure of Star Trek Adventures. And I just was like, let's just do it. We got some people who have... Everybody's had a chance to play at least a cursory example. I think you all played, what do you call it? Pre-generated characters, right? Everybody. So Joe,
the only silly thing is, I know everybody else is probably watching the Twitch. I'm trying to watch the Twitch.
There is no Twitch.
I keep getting
there's no Twitch at all. We are just doing a recording. I couldn't make the stream work. So
okay.
I will say this, Joey.
So our voices are coming to the viewers from the past. We're basically...
Yeah, we're time traveling. This is true.
Can we do the Trials and Tribulations episode from Deep Space Nine? Oh, since we're time traveling, just saying.
That's an excellent point he raises.
No.
Destination Paradox. I went back in time and met my great-grandmother, and now I'm my father. No!
There might actually be an audio overlap. Let me figure out if that's happening. Desktop audio versus input.
I got some ice cream.
I got some ice cream. And you can have it. And you can have it. Every black person on the call got that.
That's horrible.
All right, so let me look at the uploaded picture. Oh, we do look good. Yay.
Yep, and it's recording now, so.
Wonderful.
Yay.
So it really just...
On shore leave. That's awesome.
Clutch.
Where did you post that at, so I can just take a look? Or, wait a minute, I think I see you right here.
Yeah, I just posted a
that's the
screenshot.
video.
I just posted a screenshot.
Well, I'm glad we kept ourselves in proper, position, and my lighting, for the stream. So that Star is a champion. Thank you, darling, for volunteering to do that.
Yeah, of course.
I couldn't let Joey eat ice cream and me not also have ice cream.
Second. Let me adjust something.
Okay. All right. So.
I can't have ice cream.
You can't have ice cream either?
No, it's made from mammal products, so that's on my allergy list. It sucks.
Oh, well, I'm actually not eating a product made from a mammal. This is actually coconut ice cream. There's actually no milk in it. It's by a company called So Delicious.
Oh yes, I've had their product.
There's this thing called Banan that's super popular here in Hawaii, which is literally just like fresh bananas that are frozen and made into ice cream, but like the only ingredient is banana.
I wish.
Yeah, I need to watch Lewis Black's comedy thing about
You
milk.
see it? You see it?
Mm-hmm. We see
Oh
it.
yeah, like okay.
What's for Orbitrita?
Oh yeah, I'm about to try those ice cream sandwiches. I didn't know they had ice cream sandwiches. I'm gonna go by and look.
So good. All right. So. Now. So what comes up on? I need the character names. Sorry. Commander Talia. How do you say her last name?
It's O'Connell. It's almost like O'Connell, just with a Z at the beginning. Because it's an Andorian, it's like an Andorianized version of a traditional human name.
We got Oshag Hennessy. Oshag Hennessy, you here? You know, Shaughnessy. Shut the door.
That. Stop it, Joey. Okay, so she's lieutenant, right? Oh, commander. I'm sorry. She's commander. All right. Yes, I've got commander, and let's talk about Regina. I don't think I have your lieutenant grade. What are you? Do you know? Are you?
I think we said lieutenant junior grade.
That's true. But your assignment, are you the con officer? Are you flying this bitch?
Yes, it's con officer.
Okay. Now, does that mean that you are flying the runabout, mother bitch? Or are you letting the pilot fly? I mean, really, that's wrong. This runabout is on its way to the Narendra Station. They're having a...
so I'm sure
they need a new one.
Yeah,
so
I'm sure I'm not flying it, but I'm sure I'm pilot.
You are piloting it.
I'm irritating the pilot who is piloting.
Nope. You're
I am piloting.
You are, because I mean, to be efficient, they knew the Narendra Station is quite far away from other things.
Got it.
And they needed a new runabout, and the Danube was like, it's the latest greatest. So you guys got to fly the new runabout to the station.
Awesome. We're going to do a great job. We're going to do it together, and it's going to be great.
I'm gonna probably being the youngest of all of them. Looks out the station, and he just blurs out. Shit.
Okay, I didn't hear anything but the word shit. So his mouth moved, and I didn't hear any of the other.
We'll probably say something.
Is it a new station, or is it like a retrofitted station?
Well, the thing is, you guys aren't looking at the station. You're still in space. You're still making your way there. And so as that's happening, I need to know who would be... There's 2 stations for seating on the Danube. Let me see if I was able to get an image for you. Got it. All right. So someone else needs to be in the ops seat. There's 2 seats on the thing, right? On this thing, there's 2 seats. Oh, wasn't that interesting? I did not know that would do that.
Nobody else wants it. I'll volunteer for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want it.
I mean, I imagine I'm probably supposed to be doing commandery things and not just flying a ship around and ignoring everything else.
Okay. So you're sitting back, going through stuff, and as you are reading
endless paperwork,
manifest full, you're reading, taking a look at some of the under officers and confirming all the names of what would be the Klingon side, your Klingon counterparts, right? Because there are the station is basically like a United Nations, if you will. So there are two sections. There's the Federation side, and then there is the Klingon side.
Yes.
And of course, it's not like split down the middle. It's just sort of thematically that way. So, except of course those, as you were looking at the schematic, except for those floors that are uniquely earmarked for Klingons because of their special biological, physiological needs, right?
Okay.
So you're sort of going through that, and as that came before you, because everyone else is sort of sitting in the same space that you're sitting, and I'm going to upload an image real quick. You all hear a little chirp on her pad, and so you see give me a second to make sure I got a thing. Well, I'll do this. This is fine. You see, do that. A note that says you should open and play an audio file for your senior officers whom supposedly are with you.
Does it say who it's from?
Oh, just Starfleet Command. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just generically. It's just, they're like, we felt you should just review this information. You know.
All right, listen up, everyone. We have a dispatch from command.
Yeah. And so, you know, it's clearly low priority, but
we're just traveling right now, aren't we? We have time.
Correct. You've got time to hear it. It's not a big deal. It's like, okay. All right. So give me a second because I want to show you guys a thing.
Joe, what's the thing?
I will. Give me a second.
Dominic's over there, like, pretending to be working. He's playing Galaga.
That's so funny. So I found an image that I think is, I want you guys to take a look at it. All right, I'm going to take you off of the screen you're on in a second. Quit it? Will you quit it? Will you quit it? Shit. Will you quit it?
Shit. Fucker.
Uh-oh. Some kind of creature trying to attack you, Joey?
It ain't no more.
Good. Not anymore. All right. So,
My bad for those of you who got that on the recording, so sorry about that. If anything that has more than 4 legs approaches me, it gets stepped on. Sorry about that. My fault.
Spiders, man. I kill with great prejudice. All right, so you all are probably looking at the Space Dock ship. By the way, Space Dock is a fantastic website that has created many wonderful schematics of Starfleet ships, and I found this wonderful Danube class ship that they made, so I'm using it for that. You should check those guys out at Space Dock. They have a great podcast. I highly recommend it. And so this is, of course, and you can see in the front area here. Let me make sure I'm back on the objects. You guys can see this image, right, of the ship?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's one seat. There's another seat here, and then the larger bay area. Somewhere, I don't know, I can't remember where, I found a schematic of the inside, but it's just a big open space in the middle there so that you all see each other with chairs and stations that people could be sitting at and or just chilling.
Like the
right?
traditional flight deck, like on the Enterprise and, the old series, they're all just kind of chilling
not
together.
Quite. It's, yes, but I'm saying, there's like a row of seats and stuff. It's
nice. Like a movie
theater.
Like
a movie theater. Yeah.
Like a movie theater.
It is like a movie theater.
Small.
So as you guys are sitting there, you get to hear this briefing from Narendra Station. Not what you were expecting. We hear that a lot. Narendra Station is, and it's so a person just kind of appears in front of you, and they just sort of start talking to you, and you realize that this person is the captain of the Narendra Station, and you think that this might be a recording that is played for new cadets or new people who first join the station, because it feels very much like orientation.
But we've already been on the station, haven't we?
No.
Oh, we haven't. Okay.
No. So yeah, you know all of. Some of you may have actually been on it before visiting, but this is your first time in your roles as you're going to the station.
Gotcha.
Okay. So I'm just going to read this to you guys. So bear with me while I do it, because I feel like it has some really important pieces for you all to be thinking about as you go. It's a joint project between the Federation and the Klingon Empire, and there were compromises made in its construction. As a consequence, no one's entirely comfortable here. That's not a bad thing. It keeps people on their toes. This starbase is the last stop before the Shackleton Expanse, right on the edge of the unknown. There's a lot of space between here and home. While you received a general overview of the galactic situation when you took command, in this case, it's going to say command of your ship, but you all know that that's not what you guys are doing. Again, this is just sort of like the rote information for people who are coming as a part of the different ships that belong to the Narendra Station. What you know immediately, Sar, your character knows, is that there are 3 ships that are assigned to the Narendra Station.
Right.
And so it's probably going to talk about those in a second, but I mean, understanding that this would be like the language that those people receive. When you took command of your ship, that information was compiled before you were ordered to come here. We'll provide you with the latest intelligence and an in-depth briefing on the movers and shakers in the quadrant rather than a general overview. Don't worry, you'll be back out in space before you know it. The major powers in the Beta Quadrant are the Klingon Empire, the Romulan Empire, and the Federation. The Orion Syndicate operates more or less openly in disputed and unclaimed regions of space. We suspect that they are covertly operating in and around Federation and Klingon space. The Gorn Hegemony and the Metron Consortium are to the galactic south of the quadrant. To galactic east, beyond the areas claimed by the Klingons and Romulans, lies the largely unexplored Shackleton Expanse. Starfleet underwent a major re-evaluation of priorities after Wolf 359. We have always been a deep space exploration and defense force, but the defense role has always taken second place to the exploratory role. The Borg demonstrated that had to change. The Federation is surrounded by hostile powers, and we're responsible for protecting 150 planets over 8,000 light years. Never forget that one of those hostile powers is here in the Beta Quadrant, only 40 light years away. We're fortunate to have one of, the new Akira-class ships, the USS Thunderchild, stationed here. The Romulans have been intriguing since before the Federation was founded. Their instigation of the recent Klingons almost destroyed the Alliance. Before the discovery of the Dominion, we expected to see another attempt to destabilize the Alliance, most likely by exploiting internal divisions among the Klingons. The appearance of the Dominion on the other side of the Bajoran wormhole may change that assessment, but it's too soon to determine how they're going to act. Meanwhile, our alliance with the Klingons isn't as stable as we'd like. Chancellor Gowron is currently keeping their war party in check, but several key members and supporters of the House of Doros are still at large. The Romulans have been providing them support for at least 25 years, so we can anticipate that their ability to cause trouble is not hurt by their exile. Fortunately, relations between the Federation and the Klingons here are on solid footing, and we anticipate a solid partnership in our exploration of the Shackleton Expanse.
Sorry, would you repeat that last sentence and cut out just a little bit? Sorry about that.
No problem. Fortunately, relations between the Federation and the Klingons here are on solid footing, and we anticipate a solid partnership in our exploration of the Shackleton Expanse. Is that good? You guys can still hear me? We're good?
Yes.
The Orion Syndicate is a problem. Federation expansion over the past 150 years forced them underground. They have quietly absorbed a vast number of existing criminal networks, and if our intelligence is correct, they are now effectively the criminal underworld in both the Alpha and Beta quadrant. They keep their heads down in Federation territory, but they operate openly beyond our borders. As always, Starfleet has more missions than ships. We expect that you'll be filling a number of roles during your mission here. There will be science and exploration missions, but you may also be called away to patrol the Romulan neutral zone, deal with Orion pirates and slavers. We'll make sure you go out there with as much preparation as possible. In transmission. So that is the current state of things at the Narendra Station. So you all are making your way there, and I don't know if you want to discuss what you just heard.
So does anyone have any thoughts, questions, concerns about the transmission we just listened to?
If the Dominion is such a problem, they're past a wormhole, right? Wormhole. Bingo, bango, no more Dominion.
Unfortunately, I believe it's probably more complicated than that. There's likely innocence involved that could be taken. We can't. It's not our place to make the choice to sacrifice lives, even in. I'm sorry. What were you saying, Aiden?
No, I
was
just
Commander. I was just saying, pull back our forces and cut our losses.
I'm just imagining all the scientific and medical discoveries.
Melded within that wormhole.
I'm sorry, Batrita, can you repeat yourself, please?
The Bajoran people have some beliefs that are melded within that wormhole. We can't just blow it up. That wouldn't be logical.
It's just a thought. I mean, we got to keep our wits about us out here in the wild. Value.
Okay, so let's do this.
Lieutenant Ironhorse, I always appreciate your enthusiasm.
Let's describe ourselves. Okay, so Sar, since you are the leader, describe what everyone sees when you are talking to them, and give us a little background that they may or may not know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Talia is a very friendly and personable officer. She's in her mid-late 20s, so she's been in Starfleet for a little while, was one of those top of her class at the academy kind of people. She's pretty open about the fact that she grew up in the capital of Andoria. Her parents were diplomats, and so she speaks Andorian and gets along well with Olev when Olev is around. For the most part, she smiles a lot, she makes a lot of eye contact, she takes a lot of notes when she's talking with people, and generally gives the sense that she's like actually listening to what you're saying. But I feel like she does maybe potentially get written off as naive sometimes, because she does seem very friendly towards everyone. However, her command history is stellar, so this apparently hasn't been a problem so far.
Fantastic. And so going around, let's start with, after that, let's go to the doctor, because you're probably sitting not too far from Talia, the commander. Tell us a bit about yourself and well, actually, let's go in terms of seniority. So I think the next senior person is going to be Batrita's character, the Vulcan, right?
Yes. So my name is Taval. I'm a Vulcan. I grew up on a frontier colony.
What is your rank?
Sir, my family is a Starfleet family. We've been in Starfleet for many, 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 many years.
Yeah, she's commander. No, wait, that's you. I'm sorry. Taval is... Sorry. Sorry,
Some
lieutenant.
focuses in Vulcan martial arts, exobiology, xenoanthropology, everything is based on logic. And I tend to make very good decisions based on logic.
Yeah, she is the lead science officer. She's taken the lead science officer role.
That's fantastic and absolutely what we need.
Yep. So then I think next would be, I think everyone else is Lieutenant.
Is everyone else Lieutenant Junior class?
Your grade, yep.
Yeah.
What about Olev and
Steve
Aiden?
is Aiden is also Lieutenant Junior grade. Is that right?
I believe so.
Is Olev junior grade?
Olev isn't, but Kate's not here.
No, she's not. But I still am trying to get.
Yeah, no, she's not. She is a commander. Yeah, we talked about the fact that she is a commander.
Oh, she's okay, cool.
Yeah, there's more than one commander, and in fact, that's why she, as an Andorian, was brought on board as chief of security. She has had many decades of experience, so she had an upbringing in diplomacy and politics, which made it appropriate for her because there was that need in a security officer. Yeah, you guys are pretty damn awesome.
Talia was brought up in politics in the Andorian capital. We might even have known each other as children.
It's possible, hard to say, but I do want to say though, and this is probably why she didn't come on you, that she has a pet Torg that was given to her from the Klingon that she served with, so she might actually already be on the station. I think she might already be there. But that pet Torg, that's an interesting story that she loves to occasionally tell people over a drink or two.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you who don't know what a Torg is, it's like a nightmare monster, but a dog. If any of you have seen the original Ghostbusters movie, it's those things. Those things.
You can also see one in Star Trek 3 to search for Spock.
That's true. Yes, sitting at the foot of the Klingon captain. You got a Torg on the bridge, on the, what do you call it? Not the bridge, but on the bridge.
Well,
so, yeah.
It's good that they don't live forever, or we'd have a Torg eternity.
I see what you did there.
I think that's determination. My vote, she gets one extra determination just by that.
That's good. That's actually not the mechanic used to give out determination. I have to change the way that I've been previously deploying determination. So, I should say deploying determination. You gain extra determination when you use one of your values, whether you use it positively or you challenge it negatively. If one of your values is affected while you are performing your duties, that is a reason to gain or lose determination.
Awesome.
So you basically use your determination, and when you use it, you have to be citing one of your values for that. So they're connected to the values, which is, I think, why the values are sort of written right above the determination track.
Mm.
And in some cases, some of your talents are connected to the use of determination. So you may want to keep a close look at your values, just like Joey was making a statement that was tied to his values a minute or two ago. So, yeah.
Awesome.
What was that value, by the way, Joey?
For that specific thing that I was quoting, I was thinking that this would be your wits about you in the wild, but honor and duty in service of the greater good might also apply.
I mean, my response was definitely related to my value that there's always an alternative to violence.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, yeah, I agree. This is a great conversation. So I feel like you guys are sort of introducing yourselves to one another for the first time. Of the three lieutenants junior grade, which of you think that your character would speak up next? Because clearly the higher commanding officers have spoken, and they're all currently looking to you to speak next about who you are.
I'm busy looking through medical
Hey, I'll shoot.
supplies.
I'm Dominic Iron Horse. Some people have given me the interesting nickname Archangel. I hailed from a colony world that was under threat of Cardassians. Interesting strategies on how to drive the Cardassians, help drive them off planet. It acquired the liberal application of explosive devices, hence my name, Angel of Death, which they later shortened to Archangel. I think the galaxy is pretty much going to be a big playground, and I definitely enjoyed a lot of the engineering aspects. After having the commander, you might even see him Googling or recording, see how to collapse a stable wormhole. And you might see him looking up, things like, step 1, locate a Q-236 explosive space modulator. Other things like that.
I'm gonna keep an eye on him.
Yes, you should.
Log his database use.
Yeah. I might ask Taval, be like, as the science officer, please monitor Dominic's database use and make sure he isn't requisitioning a bunch of explosives without permission or anything like that.
I didn't requisition anything. It's research. You never know when you might have to go and collapse a wormhole. I'm just saying.
Absolutely, and I value that knowledge. I just want to make sure that we're clear that you won't act without my permission.
So I think that there is a certain level of what's the word?
Trust.
No, I'm thinking of the word protocol, because being leadership and being sort of the crew of the station means that when other crews invariably visit, which they will, as they refuel, restock, and do various other things on the Narendra Station, and then also as they bring back their findings and as they bring back specimens for further study, you all will be executing some of that study, spearheading some of that work. They may be contacting you for things that require a much more detailed and or much more stationary testing facility that they couldn't properly maintain on ship. So this will give you all a lot of opportunity for deep study. I think Aiden is very excited about the idea of being a partner with the Klingons in their isolated medical facility. And I'd love to hear from him about that, but it seems appropriate that Giva would chime in right now because Dominic has just stopped talking and you guys are friends.
Yeah. That's why I said I'd like Dominic go first.
Is it Giva or Jiva?
Giva.
Giva. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So I'm Giva. I'm from I'm Tellarite. I'm from a busy colony. My parents grew up in science, and I kind of learned at a really young age how a lot of different things work, which was super great. One summer evening, Starfleet came down to my colony, and I tried to hotwire their shuttlecraft, and I was caught. But the commander was so impressed with me that they decided to mentor me and bring me into Starfleet. So while I am reckless, I am not as reckless as my friend Dominic. I do like to cause a fight solely because as a Tellarite, I really enjoy being logical and factual, and I will make sure that my point gets across.
Oh, a verbal
Which is,
fight, not a physical
yes,
fight.
not a physical fight. It is one of my friends with Dominic. We go back and forth a lot. We enjoy each other's company.
That's wonderful.
I also feel like I have nothing to prove as a Tellarite. I feel like I know a lot of the information, and I will make sure you know that I know a lot of and that's me, basically.
Excellent.
Con officer.
So understanding that for the most part, Talia knows that if Giva, am I saying it right with a G?
Yeah.
With a Giva is the con. She is not so much going to be piloting, so she's probably dual disciplined because you don't fly a station.
Mm-hmm.
A station is stationary. So there's probably some curious, interesting facts that need to be sussed out from her there.
As to what else her role is.
Correct. So we will either as a group try to figure that out, or I don't know. There's still some things. There's still some questions about what you all be doing on Narendra. Clearly, the diplomacy is going to be a big thing.
Absolutely.
And Steve, what do they see? You guys didn't really describe yourselves
we
physically.
didn't. I forgot.
Well, we have your lovely little pictures next to your names in the stream. So those, and you guys did personally design each of your avatars. So I'm so proud of you. Thank you for doing that. Steve, talk.
You guys see a Trill who's not really paying much attention to the conversation at large. As soon as I heard the word explosive usage, I start taking inventory for burn kits. I'm like, all right, burn kits here, hypo spanners, stasis fields. Are we there yet? So I cannot wait to get there finally. Frontier medicine. It's what I've dreamed of. Can't wait to check out the Klingons. I've never had a chance to examine one. I mean, Holosuite training really doesn't prepare you for the actual encounter.
Mm-hmm.
Just can't wait to get there.
I'm very glad that you're so excited, Lieutenant Dell.
There might be a medical emergency. Can we go to war?
I think I'm gonna like him.
So as he says that, you actually get
I'm a mom to a group of toddlers.
Yep.
Between
Basically.
Aiden, Giva, and Dominic, I'm.
We're like fresh out of school.
Yeah, they are. They are. Yep. So yep. So it turns out that as you guys are continuing, it's getting a little more eventful than you would have originally anticipated. So as you all are chatting about your futures and the things that you're excited about, you receive a distress signal from Xerxes IV. It's an uninhabited Class M, as in Mary, planet containing no sentient life except for a Federation science team. The distress signal offers no information except that the science team stationed there was in danger. So you're like, we need assistance. And it's like super, like you hear like explosions. Is that banging? Is that things falling? It's hard to tell.
Excellent.
We're in danger. Please come quickly. And then the sound cuts out.
Can I make a reason and engineering check based on what we just heard to try to figure out what that kind of explosion might have been, especially seeing as that Dominic is somewhat familiar with explosives ordnance disposal?
No. not with that focus, but you can just make the difficulty is going to be 2.
Righty. So I'm going to make a task roll. I'm rolling just straight up 2 d20s, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna do reason and security, right?
I was thinking reason and engineering, but I can do it on security.
Which is your threshold? What are those 2 numbers?
Both of them are 4.
Okay. No, I mean to say the total, the reason plus the
14.
14. Yeah, so it's 14 either way. Okay, whichever.
Righty. We'll do it on reason and engineering. I am making my task roll.
Okay, so you do not succeed. You think, I mean, you know that it was a very short amount of time. The transmission didn't really say very much. But, I mean, it's some kind of, if that was not an explosion per se, it was definitely some kind of thing breaking in the background. So the person who is guiding the roundabout, that would be Runabout. Oh my God. If one day I will stop saying roundabout, I'm so sorry. I'm actually looking at the word runabout and I still say roundabout. So who is again driving the
Lieutenant Rare.
Okay, Lieutenant Rare.
Is that how you pronounce your last name?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
So as you guide the runabout towards the planet's surface, you note that you are caught in a violent ion storm that knocks out navigation and many other systems. With systems failing and the planet's surface quickly rising towards you, the situation is grim. So this is...
You broke the ship! You broke the bloody ship!
I didn't do it this time, I promise. The last 2 times were your fault.
Quiet, lieutenants. Do we have access to some kind of ejection mechanism or escape pod or something?
Well, that wouldn't
Is the
be
ship
wise
done?
since...
How doomed are we?
Yeah, so we're going to need to do a couple of rolls here. So this is where we're going to kind of get right into nitty gritty. So, okay. So we needed a person on the con. We got that. And who's on the ops? Is that going to be you, Star, or maybe Batrita or Joey?
I thought it was me.
Joey?
Okay.
So it's
Joey.
again, we're talking about the 2 at the front. It would be the con
Does
officer.
Joey have any training in piloting a starship? Does Dominic?
So it,
No, it would
the
probably
person,
be
let
better
me
than
just read it to you. So one is the ops. So ideally, the character with the highest con discipline should be at the con.
The highest
With
what?
the character con.
Yeah.
Con for the con, and then the person with the highest should be at the ops.
The highest what? It cut out. I'm sorry.
Engineering.
Engineering. Okay.
My engineering is 4.
My engineering and con are 1 and 2, so I'm not for this.
So the 2
Me either.
people who are most competent to keep you guys from dying are literally in the seats already.
Excellent.
Let's do it.
Okay, so now what I can recommend, Sar, is that if you want to assist them in their roles, that you make a control and command to, or a presence and command
I would
to
love to make a presence and command roll.
to help them keep their shit together while they're doing their job.
Okay. So, focus used no, complication range 1, task roll 2. Is
So
that correct?
yes, so this is all so you're gonna roll 1 because you are assisting.
Okay, so I roll 1 die.
And so your assistance is going to be that. We'll see if you succeed. I mean, you've got
I
1
must-
success. You do, you succeed. Okay, so guys, each of you, we're gonna say that her presence and command, which is a 17. Holy crap, that's amazing. Helps you guys refocus yourself.
Talia
That's
is
huge.
very charismatic.
Told you guys to get it together.
Yeah.
I really appreciated the way you said that. And so you guys sort of, I forgot my senior officer's on board, and you just sort of stop the bickering and get to business. So the person at the con is going to do a daring or control plus con with a difficulty of 2. So you're going to put 2 down because if you guys obtain some momentum, I'll need you to indicate that. So what will need to happen is for momentum spins, you all as a group will need to indicate, keep track of momentum together. So you all have momentum on your character sheet. So you'll just like, as you earn it, tick it off. And then as you spend it, each of you go in and remove it, sort of do that as a team.
Okay, absolutely.
Okay. So you can either use daring or control with your con, difficulty 2.
I'm gonna use control.
Now remember, you already technically have 1 success. SARS help.
Okay.
So this is hopefully going to build some momentum for you guys.
And what am I rolling?
Daring or control plus con with a difficulty of 2. So the way you do that is...
You would set focus used to no, complication range to 1, and task roll to 2.
Actually,
Right.
let's take a look at her focuses, because she might have a focus that applies.
Evasive action, small
Try
craft.
planet.
Yeah, so both of those things apply in this scenario. So both evasive action and small craft apply right now.
So focus used gets to become yes.
Correct. And then you will... Where does she click? Does she click on the
Yeah.
thing that looks like a...
On the swoosh next to task roll.
Yeah, the thing that looks like the dice.
Okay.
It'll roll them bricks.
And it's advanced dice roller? I basic level don't know what I do.
Okay, so are you on your character sheet, Giva? It's on your character
Yeah.
sheet. In the top
Okay,
right,
yeah.
there's dice
Got
roller.
it. Got it.
So you want focus used, yes. Complication range,
Okay.
1. Task roll, 2.
Got it.
And then click the swoosh.
Got it.
Click the little
And
square.
make sure that you selected the right attribute and discipline.
Yeah, you have to click on the attribute and discipline until they like
Okay,
become lighter
control.
color.
Yes.
Control.
Got
Okay.
all of those things.
Control and con. Got it. All right. So
Hopefully that did it.
let's see.
You click the
You get the
click the
gauge.
swoosh above the other one. Yep.
Aha.
There we go.
Ooh. So that's interesting. Hold on. Well, that's great.
That is a
Okay.
crit fail.
Yep.
So she
Sorry,
actually did.
guys.
Well, no. So she's actually got 2. She's got a critical success, while at the same time a critical failure. So here's what happens when you don't have a failure. You have a complication. So you are wonderfully giving me additional threat, or I can just make this a little harder. Hold on. I think there's a thing that happens specifically when you roll a complication. Give me a minute.
Oh, this isn't good. This isn't good.
Yeah. So things are going. You guys are. If you could just once in unison, just sort of.
Talia
rock
is
back and forth.
incredibly calm throughout all of this. Yeah, like the Star
Everybody-
Trek shaking, like the
They're
actors.
shaking. Everybody, Regina, everybody, Joey, everybody's just shaking back and forth.
And how did they try to go and boost the power to the engines by helping to...
Correct. So in order to do that, so what you're doing is you are getting the runabout down safely. So that is what your role has done. And in fact, you critical succeeded at it. So you all have 1 extra momentum right now. So you want to add momentum to your group pool. You just it's under the area where it says determination. If you just click the first one, that's 1 momentum in the pool.
Absolutely.
And then Dom, or Archangel Dominic, I'm just going to call him Dom because I can. You are going to keep the runabout systems working longer by doing a control and engineering, or you could do a reason and science to locate the best place to land within the ion storm.
Let's do a control and engineering to keep the systems up and going. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to blow a point of determination to add 1 additional to my roll.
Well, if you're going to blow determination, I don't recommend it right now, but if you want to do that.
Well, doesn't the determination... Well, there's a reason why. because I have untapped potential. And it says whenever I go and successfully complete a task using dice, where I bought one or more additional dice. Oh, that's one or more additional dice with momentum or threat.
Correct. So, so I am going to be gentle and say that I have done this a few times, Joey, and
I would just
I'd like you to trust me a little bit.
I trust you.
Thank you.
All right,
So my question still stands. Do you have a value that you can use to access your determination?
this particular instance, you have to keep your wits about you in the wild, and we're definitely in the wild right now.
Yes, you do. Correct. I will allow.
Ready,
So,
roll 3.
I'm going to take note here.
And that sucks all. Now, do I
Well,
still get the? Do I
the
still
cool
get the
thing is,
from SAR's previous attempt to help?
that is correct. Yes, it applied. I sort of did so you did succeed, but just barely. So he understands. So there is a certain amount of boots to the road, or understanding a concept and actually concept that is thing particularly hard. So although Dom has been in lots of simulator scenarios where things go tits up, and he's even been through a couple of wartime scenarios, but he's never been quite this far away from home. He's literally on the entire other side of the galaxy from his home near Cardassia. Can't ever say Cardassian lines.
Near Cardassian space, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's over in the alpha, and you're thoroughly on the other side of the beta right now. So, thankfully, he leaned very heavily on training, and his leadership trusts him, so he was able to pull it out and keep those systems working, even though they thwarted him. I mean, I don't know how many ion storms he's ever been through, but the systems were doing some really strange things. So as a result of that, you guys have 1 momentum now. And if you'd like to, you can spend that momentum to cancel out the complication that was rolled.
I think that would probably be a good idea, just throwing that out there, but I will leave it to the consensus.
Yeah, definitely. We don't want it to.
Agree.
Well, I think I don't want it to bite us in the tail later, but that's just me.
Okay, so you land on.
So are we taking off the momentum then?
Yes, I think you are. I think you
Excellent.
are choosing
Great.
to spend it.
And you click
let
on
me
the
just-
word momentum to clear it out on the character sheet.
That's correct. Yeah, I figured. Thank you. I forgot about that. It won't go away all the way. Like if you have 2, 3, 4, and you click on them, they will go away. But that last stay on there until you click the word momentum, and you can spin them all quickly just by clicking the word momentum as well. Did that make sense? I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Thank you.
so yeah, so as you all you note the person, the science officer, would have been doing any scans to try to find places safely to land, and or sort of figuring out what terrain you're coming up against.
So, were you talking to me? You were talking to me,
Yeah, I was
right?
talking to Patrita. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. I'm sorry. I still didn't print this out.
What is happening, Regina?
My computer was gonna die. I had to go get the
Charger. Chargers are important. Everybody, make sure you got juice,
Yeah.
Juice.
especially the person
I would
on the
like
cell
to
phone.
Okay.
scanning of the area.
Okay, so you don't necessarily need to do that right now. I just
Okay.
want to, well, actually, what we can do is if that's something that you feel very strongly Taval would be doing, right? Instead of just like holding on there, she would be trying to figure out what is a good place, sort of take a scan of the area. Then I will allow you to do a science roll with all these
Yes,
have a
I would
difficulty
like
of
to do
2,
it.
which is just a basic difficulty. Again, the reason
Okay.
I think that this is so hard is because the ion storm is disturbing many of the systems, and so doing a scan is harder than it should be.
Yes. Uh,
Question: while Dominic was trying to keep the systems engaged, could he relay
course.
data over to Vol to possibly assist in her efforts, or would that be too much going on at one time?
Okay, so 1 second, Joe. I'm going to deal with each person individually, okay? So, Batrita, it sounds like maybe your system, your character sheet isn't working correctly. Is that right? Or
yeah, I couldn't get it to load in, so I
Okay.
just
All right, so then you rolled a 19 die. You need to roll every time you roll 2 dice. So
okay.
it's 2d20. You'll need to roll again.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to use the system. Sorry.
No,
It's fine.
this is
First
good
time
too
I've ever
because
used it.
this way
Yeah.
our viewers get to see how it would work without the fancy computer doing all the math for us.
Right, I know.
Mhm.
Oh, a 12.
And I know-
Okay. So now what was your target number? That would be reason plus science.
Yes. You said, my reason is 12 and my science is 5.
All right, so
17.
that's 17. So you had a good high probability of getting it success. And so you succeeded once, but you didn't quite get all the information that you need. So as much as I can tell you is that the systems on this, the ion storm has done a lot of damage, so that even the scanners and the sensors on the runabout itself are really not functioning. They're not responding correctly, even though you know that you were typing in the request and the commands. You had to go from auditory to manual. It's just really not responding correct. So you're not able to get more than just a cursory. There is breathable air outside of the ship. And the ground is coming up quickly, and you guys hit, and it's a very shaky. And as you can feel the thing sliding, and you hear toot 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 toot, hitting up against the hull of the ship. Oops, something definitely broke. You can hear it, Dom. Something's definitely broken. There are sparks inside from some of the consoles as things are exploding. And you've rocked to a halt. And there's smoke coming from some of the lower deck area, of the ground where nothing is exactly on fire. Oh, wait, something is actually on fire. What will
Break
you
out
do?
the fire suppression, get the little
Sound
Okay.
off. Sound off. I want to make sure everyone's conscious. You know, I'm just gonna
So when she
listing off
says
names.
sound off, then everybody would say your rank and your name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's new. Duval, Lieutenant Commander.
Lieutenant Dell, Lieutenant
Hey,
Rare, Lieutenant Ironhorse.
Dell, junior grade. Ugh.
Rare, junior grade. What?
One sec, Commander. LJG Iron Horse putting out a fire.
Great. Excellent.
That was really well done. Thank you. So yeah, you've come to a stop. So there's a couple of things you all need to figure out what you do before you open those doors, right? I think that that's important, right? So tell me.
And this is probably a question for my engineers and science officers. Is the ship about to explode? Do we need to evacuate very, very quickly? Or are we okay here for a moment?
Yeah, unless you like breathing carbon monoxide, Commander.
Probably should get out or better crash it.
Okay, so what you all know about engineering, and particularly about these new runabouts, that was probably the most damage that it would take. It is built to take a beating, so it would, if it were going to have exploded, it would have exploded already. So Dom, you know that for sure. If it was going to be any kind of we're dead, you'd be dead already.
Relay that information, but also make sure to let them know that, well, you know, like I said, unless you like breathing carbon monoxide, but
no, that's a real danger. You definitely want to get some fresh air. But you guys, so you probably want to look around supplies with you if you want to leave the ship.
Yes.
Weapons locker.
Yes.
Weapons
Everyone?
locker, communicators, tricorders, phasers.
I'm grabbing the med kit,
Yes.
and I yell out, somebody should grab the emergency distress beacon.
Lieutenant Rare,
I'll grab the emergency distress beacon.
thank you.
Anything else you can think that you might want to grab? Class M planet. Class M has a 10. Wait, where's my book? I don't know if you guys are familiar with the different types of planets.
Class
planet
is,
basically is
low-
Ooh, look at you, trekking, nerding out. Go, go, go.
A low M class or a high M class?
I don't. What's
Means it has breathable air, but there's nothing to eat or there's no, like
probably that? Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So let's just.
It's an
It's
M-class
breathable.
planet, so we're going to need we're going to need rations. Nothing there is safe for our consumption.
Somebody figured out how far we are away from the science
Oh,
station.
somebody's asking a relevant question. Thank you, sir. Okay, well, based on your previous role, you were able to get yourselves close enough that it's within the last reading that you were able to get from the sensors before they completely shut off was that you were within a few kilometers, few hundred kilometers.
Excellent. Do we have any kind of ground transport on board the Runabout, like a cart or?
I would
Called
say
Feet,
Fed
Commander.
Express. Yeah, it's called Feet. Exactly. You're so, anything else you can think you might need that the runabout might have for you?
Rations, food.
Okay. Anything else?
You're bringing antivenoms and anti-poisons, right, Lieutenant Dell?
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
Oh yeah.
We should have weapons, portable communications equipment on board here that we can take off.
Oh, you guys have your comms already
Yes.
in the badges.
I
so you
I
can-
told everyone to make sure they have their comms, their tricorders, their phasers.
light.
All right, we should probably use the bathroom before we go. This might be a long one.
Taval, do you think that there's you note that even though the sensors on the ship aren't working, the sensors within your tricorder do work.
Yes. They do. They should. Follow the ion storm, and we should be able to pick up anything on the planet life signs, and what direction they are.
Okay, good. So then you're going to do a reason plus science, or medicine, I guess. This is probably science, to search for life forms. Difficulty is 1. I'm actually not even going to say 1. It's 0. It's 0 difficulty.
Can
I would-
I assist with this since Dominic has a focus in wilderness
No.
exploration?
No, she's going to do this on her own. She's
Okay.
got a handheld tricorder she's working on. It's a
Good roll,
difficulty
right?
0. She doesn't need help. I appreciate your enthusiasm, young man, but she's good. All right.
After I get all the equipment I need towards the exit, I start scanning everyone for injuries.
Injuries, cool. Good on you. So you can do a probably a reason in medicine check, but I mean it's gonna be difficulty 0. Nobody's hurt. Tell me this. What was your number when you did reason plus science?
17.
Holy shit.
A 19.
No, you rolled a 3 and a 16.
So that's 2 successes.
That's 2 successes.
You want to roll each die under your target number. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see when I look, see the 3 and the 16.
Yes,
do you see
we do see it.
Yeah, we do.
So what that means
okay.
for you is not the total that you need, but the 2
Right.
individually rolled, right? So you gave yourself and the team 2 extra momentum. You didn't use a focus, did you?
No, I didn't.
Do you? Let me take a look at your focuses. Okay, well, let's see if you got one that works. Xenobiology, genetics, xenoanthropology, empathy. She has 5 focuses. Does everybody else have 5, or do you have more focuses?
I have 6.
That's what
I
I
have
thought.
6.
Yeah, you're missing a focus, darling. We need to get you better built out.
Okay.
Fortunately, I have a focus in wilderness survival, so...
That helps. Oh, wait, I'm wrong. She's got epidemiology showing up.
Sweet.
All right, so she does have... I thought we got all your stuff in.
You sometimes have to
So-
drag the box down. It's like too
Correct.
small.
I was doing that. Stupid box. Stupid box.
Stupid
All right.
box.
Everybody should have 2 momentum right now.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
2 momentum. All right, I put in 2 for you.
While we're we're talking this over real quick, I'm going to stop the recording and start up a fresh one because I don't want files
Okay.
that are longer than an hour.
Yeah. We're at an hour. Thank you. That's smart.
I'm gonna start the recording up again, and Andrea. It's gonna be your job to cut this and stuff if you wanna clean up these recordings later. I will just give you raw files.
Woo, I can do it.
Cool.
I think.
I'm sure you can.
No, I have it. I have a suite of software that'll do.
I believe in you.
Do you believe that she can fly?
It's gonna be some fun trying to get you these files, though. The first hour-long video is 1.2 gigabytes.
You can actually stick them into the Google Drive.
Yeah, it'll still take some time to upload them, though. But I will do that later. Let's finish. I want to get to the action. I want to shoot something with a phaser. Oh wait, that's out of character. Talia's a pacifist.
You'll shoot it with a phaser, you just have it on stun setting.
Oh yeah.
Dominic can even make you a stun 24 setting. Gives him a hangover and nausea.
No, I don't want to hurt them.
Wait a minute, you said you don't want to kill them. You're a pacifist. You can hurt people all day long.
There's always an alternative to violence, Lieutenant Ironhorse.
Nausea
Are you recording?
Violent. What about heartburn, indigestion, and diarrhea?
I can fix all of that.
Thank you, Lieutenant Dell.
Okay, so as you, who was doing the? I think that was Taval was doing the search. Yeah, that's right. That's what those two roles. You got a lot of success. So here's the deal: there are in fact a group of humanoids that are surrounding the runabouts location, and they are advanced closer, and they're within, let's say, 200 feet of the.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, Joey, stop it. So there are 4 to be exact, and they are making a C shape, and they're coming closer. What
are
will
they?
you do? Humanoids,
Okay, excellent. And we can't get any more information about what they are.
not from inside.
Excellent. If only we had our security officer on board.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is that the security officer and you yourself
Mm-hmm.
were both issued, you, Talia, were issued, I think,
A phaser type 2.
correct. Everybody else
Yes.
has a phaser type 1.
So I will take my phaser out, set it on stun, and slowly open the hatch.
Are you going to tell the other people to set their phasers to stun?
Yes. Set your phasers to stun.
I've got a phaser type 2.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you remember that, but
Where
yeah, I
did
do.
you get that?
Before we head out, I'm gonna load a hyper spray with a very powerful sedative.
Commander, I've got an idea, just in case if these guys do turn out to be hostile. Maybe we can rig the runabout to blow.
I'll keep that in mind, Lieutenant Ironhorse.
Your scan, Taval, indicates that there were. It is a complete scan, not just for humanoids, but in general of the area. There do any other vehicles that can get you off this planet aside from the one you're currently in?
There are none.
None.
Okay. I appreciate the suggestion, Lieutenant Ironhorse, but then we would have no way to leave this planet.
If what broke off was what I think broke off, we're not leaving in this anyways, Commander. Just a thought.
Also, Taval, you would know that if this is your average science station, regardless of what is broken, you should be able to get replacement parts or pieces from the science station, even if you have to dismantle a little bit of it.
Replicate.
Or replicate.
Yeah,
but
the science station should have a working replicator.
True. Depending on your time, though, I would like you to do a.
Currently, I'd like to find out who's approaching us, but.
Sure, I will get there in a second. I feel like this is relevant for Taval's role-playing purposes. I'd like you to do a reason and science check with a difficulty of, let's say, 1.
Okay.
Can you, since we can't see with your rolls, can you tell us what your target number is before you roll?
My reason in science is 7.
It's 17, isn't it? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When you click on that task roll Starfleet communicator button, it does nothing for you, right?
I think she can't open her. She doesn't have her character
Yeah,
sheet
she
open
can't
on
get her
Roll20.
character sheet open.
I have a picture of it though, so I'm trying to. I have that.
She's using like a
It
PDF
only
of her
has the
character
first
sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Do you need one of us to roll that for you?
She's been doing it. She's doing okay.
I'm saying from the character sheet itself.
Oh, she's good. She's good. We're gonna let her do. We're gonna let her do. Joe.
Just checking.
Okay. I got a 4 and an 8.
Okay, great. So that's super success. You guys get an extra momentum, by the way, for that.
So we have 3 momentum.
So here's a thing that you know about systems and here's a thing that you know about ion storms. That was the reason why I had this. The effects of an ion storm are not only immediate, they can be pervasive, and in some instances, they can have ongoing effects, which may make time an enemy for you guys, depending on how affected the environment is or the like. So you may need to do some more, you may need to keep your eye as a scientist on the environment, because ion storms can affect nature, can affect a lot of things in unpredictable ways.
Got it.
Got it? Okay. She had a lot of successes, so I gave her a little bit of a hint there. Okay. As you exit the damaged runabout to reconnoiter the surroundings,
I'm leading the way.
you hear strange grunts and shrieks. You see, there's a bit of smoke. There's a bit of wind blowing and things. This, of course, is coming from the runabout itself. There is sort of an outcropping of trees to the side. You realize that Lieutenant, what is your last name, Regina? What's your character's last name?
Rare.
Lieutenant Rare did a rare job of landing the ship. They executed. Really? I'm entitled to at least one. Okay. They executed a landing area that was quite narrow because there's forest on either side. So it was really well done. Yes, so you see that there are people coming towards you, and you note that they are in the telltale blue of Starfleet science crew members, but the shrieks and the grunts are unusual. And as you exit, a rock by your face and hits the side of the ship, and a couple more rocks come hurtling at you all as you realize that the humanoids in front of you are oddly Neanderthal-esque. They do not appear to be speaking. They appear to be sort of hooting and shrieking among one another and pointing, and the ones that are not throwing rocks are actively wielding clubs. And they have raising them above their heads in this very threatening way. As I said, they are all wearing what you now realize are tattered remnants of Federation-issued uniforms that would be indicative of a science team. And it appears that one of them is wielding a phaser, although Taval sees this quickly, and I think Sar, I think all of you would be able to note, it doesn't appear to use it. It's just kind of, pushing it in your direction repeatedly. It's not actually like
shooting,
firing it.
Yeah.
A phase.
So, can I use
phaser, or is it a phaser rifle?
I'm sorry. Wait. I believe Regina started first. Was that Regina?
No, it was Dominic.
Go, Dom.
Is it a Type 2 hand phaser, or is it a phaser rifle that he's doing this with?
It actually just says a phaser, and it doesn't give me much information about it. So I'm just going to say it's a Type 1 phaser.
So can I use a focus and look at their genetic makeup, because it looks like something weird is going on here?
How would you examine their genetics?
How
so
close
I should
are
be
they
able
to us?
to
Do we have time to do this before they come hit us with clubs?
And their DNA?
That's a good question.
We might need to subdue them
Star.
first.
Okay,
and then
yeah.
examine
So
them.
I tell you, I think it depends on who's coming out of the ship in what order. There are 5 of you.
Okay.
So tell me what order you are, because the door to the runabout is one person.
Okay, I'm coming out first, and I'm stopping at the doorway before anyone else comes out to see what I can
All
see.
right, correct. So this is what you all are able to see. Shoulder in general. If Taval is last, you making observations via the tricorder. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so if you want to make another tricorder search, it's going to have to happen in combat, because we're in combat now. Woo.
Yay!
Okay,
All right.
command.
And there are 4 of them, correct?
There are 4. That's correct. One of them has a phaser in their hands. So now the thing is, you knew they were there, so they don't get to go first. You do.
Okay. Excellent.
I mean, I tried not to lead you, but I feel like I led you a little bit to do an examining before you got out. You mentioned it. You did mention.
Are
sorry.
Are any of them running at us?
They're all coming towards you threateningly, but they're not running. They're just like advancing.
Okay. I'm gonna call out stop in a really clear voice and try to do maybe like an intimidate kind of action.
Okay. So an intimidate is actually
Is there
a
a list of actions in the book
yes, there
somewhere?
is a list of actions in the book.
I need to get that pulled.
Combat. Combat action. So on page 178. All right.
Oh,
well,
here
that's
we go.
combat.
There's
That's
like
page
types of
1.
attack. Ooh, I found the stuff about intimidation.
Good. Where was it?
I found it on a cheat sheet that I found on the internet.
Good. Share that.
Yes, please.
Yes, please, definitely.
Before we,
I'm going to drop this cheat sheet into our Discord.
Fabulous.
This is sweet.
Thank you.
There it is. Cheat sheet.
Okay, he's back.
There we go.
Yay,
They're
cheat sheet.
back.
Not bad. Sorry about that. Wrong button.
That's okay.
We will forgive you.
This is nice. Oh, I like
Oh, wow.
it. This has got a lot of words, but this is a
It
kind
does.
of
But
Let's
yeah,
see.
you can see under
a opposed tasks. No. Excuse me.
Attack. Clearly
Momentum.
do not.
Oh boy, there's a lot of
so
paper.
intimidation is an opposed task.
That's
An
what I thought.
opposed task where success applies a trait to the target.
Yeah. An opposed task is one that is resisted or avoided by another creature or individual in a static challenge. Yeah, I was thinking this is an opposed task. Oh, there it is under social tools.
Yes.
On page 1 under social tools, it says, there we go. Opposed task difficulties based on relative perceived strengths of each side. Success applies a trait to the target. Page 82 goes into the details of opposed tasks, but it says for the most part it's 1-to-1, right? So basically we're going to scrap that and go with what's written in the book. And when it talks about an opposed task, the difficulty is 1.
Okay.
It says both characters attempt a task 1, which I'm not going to deal with adjusting for the circumstances, right?
Okay. So
It's too hard.
to try to intimidate one or more of these fellows into, not attacking us.
Yep.
Am I making a presence command
You are.
roll?
I would say no. So it's a presence. Yeah, you're right. Presence command. Sorry about that.
Okay.
And they're going to make a insight security roll.
I got 2 successes.
Holy shit. All right. So they get to. I guess I'm going to put my rolls online so that you can see them. Otherwise, that wouldn't be fair. So I'm going to do roll 2d20, and the number they're trying to go is 5. Nope. So they fail miserably, and they're like, start. They're extremely startled.
Excellent.
And what did you say to them? Stop?
Yeah.
Just
like,
in a very
stop where
command-
you are,
And they're, so yeah, they're very.
I established
In
dominance.
fact, yeah, you definitely did. I'm gonna say for the 2 in the front, and then I'm just gonna roll again for the 2 in the back. But I mean, I think it's gonna be near impossible unless they roll super low. Nope, they didn't roll low enough. Everybody is like, okay. So what else?
So now Taval can do her scan. They're not actively attacking us.
Correct. They have stopped, and they are definitely scared. They're more than a little scared. They feel very intimidated by this aggressive showing, and her voice was so. Even though Talia is like this cutesy little blonde, right? She's blonde. She's got like a little ponytail.
Yes.
And she seems really unassuming. When she busts out that door, like a voice, if those of you who know anything about Klingon suspect that this girl may actually know how to speak Klingon from the way that she basically told them to stop.
I mean, I grew up with Andorians. Andorians are intimidating as F.
Yeah, they are.
They have their whole, like, Ushan tour and all that.
Yeah, they do. It's true. So, go ahead.
Too.
So, I think what's going to happen is, their condition isn't whatever, intimidated or whatever, and so that they're going to not take their turn this turn. They're going to stop and think about whether they're going to go forward. So that means that now it would be your side's turn, and that's the way it works. Is one side takes a turn, another side takes a turn, and then it goes back and forth. So all four of them were intimidated, and so now one of you, I guess it's going to be Taval, who wanted to do that scan, can do the scan now. It is going to be a little difficult though, so I'm going to give it a difficulty of 2. And so you may want to spend some momentum to get extra dice if the information that you want is critical. Can we hear Batrita?
You hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Ask the crew if that's reasonable for the extra momentum.
It's definitely reasonable. And if you have a focus, you can use your focus as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have a focus in genetics, so I'm something clearly is de-evolved here. Perhaps, or epidemiology. I don't know which one would be.
Either you could. So in the case of a focus, both would be. It's just like your ability. You. So, for example, I love Star Trek. I know a lot about Star Trek, but I also know a ton about Dungeons and Dragons. So if a question that had either to do with Dungeons and Dragons or Star Trek, or maybe a bit of both, came up, I could answer questions because both of those I'm knowledgeable about, both of those things. It's not like one or the other with my focuses. So it's not like one or the other with yours.
Okay. So hopefully that will give me.
So you will roll 3d20 at this point if you're going to spend momentum to get an extra dice. Is that one moment? Shit, I forgot how to spend momentum, guys.
She spends 1 point of momentum, she gets 1 extra die. If
Okay.
she spends momentum and then another 2 for 3 total, she gets 2 extra die.
Got
Right
it.
now we have 3 momentum in the momentum pool, so she can spend 1 to get 1 extra, or she can spend 3 to get 2 extra.
Got it.
And since her focus applies, any die roll that's less than or equal to the discipline counts as 2 successes.
2 successes. That's right. Thank you, Joey. So, what did we use for that? I told you, and I immediately forgot. What?
Was it science and reason?
Yeah, reason and science. So your science is 4 or 5?
5.
5. Yeah. So you didn't roll under 5, but the science and reason together would be 17. So you got yourself 3 successes right there. So you got one of those. You got your momentum right back. And so interesting that you are noting there the numbers and the readouts for each as you scan them quickly are changing literally in front of your eyes. It shouldn't do that. It should just give you a scan, and it should the readings, the genetic coding, the information should be static. Instead, it is almost devolving in front, in like on the screen, which is not even possible, but apparently it's possible because it's happening. So,
Boy.
you may be seeing an Bajoran, you may be seeing a human. They're not all humans, but a lot of them are. You may of these various species, races, they are all changing.
It's good that we're Storm Knights and we're able to resist the realities.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm blowing.
So,
Right.
So, so Regina and Batrita probably don't have any idea what I just said, but
It's referencing a different roleplay gaming system.
Torg Eternity, highly recommended. It's a super fun game.
Yeah, Dominic GM'd for us, and we did
Joey?
Yes, Joey. We did a bunch of sessions, and it was really great.
It was a lot of fun, and I still have people asking for that game, Joey. So
It's
All right. As soon as I can get it scheduled.
so good. Okay,
All
I'm
right.
sorry. It was very reminiscent.
So that's what you're able to. It is. You're right. Actually, you're totally right. As you are learning this, say in your best Vulcan impression.
I'm sorry, that cut out for me.
Yeah. So as you are learning those details, what would you like to say in your best tone of voice?
To be fascinating.
Solution. Or fascinating, yeah, that would be.
Fascinating. You're very Spock.
Hot thing to say, so fascinating.
Those
Yeah,
eyebrows.
oh yeah, I gotta do my, yeah.
Look at those.
So it's either clearly causing this. Is it viral? Is it chemical?
Well, at this point, you don't have no idea. And
We need to get them restrained.
the people have decided that they want to continue. They were frustrated that first round, but now the person with the hold on, see if I can do that. Oh God, I gotta spend 2 threat. Fine, I'll spend it. So the one in the back with the phaser finally figures out how to fire that sucker and fires it. So let me see if they hit.
God.
I forgot how to do everything. I stink, guys.
Don't feel bad. I have to relearn this system. I was just thinking that earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot literally how to do all this, and I just did this 3 weekends ago. I ran this exact adventure twice.
Oh, well.
So
Yeah.
my life has been a little extra. Okay.
And 174 explicitly, subsection B, for a ranged attack, the attacker attempts to control and security task with a difficulty of 2. This is not an opposed task. The difficulty for this task increases by +1 if there's an enemy within reach of the attacker. Complication of range.
No, it's good. Thank you. I found it. All right, so control plus security for these folks is back to the page. Oh, so they're guaranteed to miss. All right, so oh, good. Well, I have a lot. Let's see. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I have 10 threat. I spent 2 threat so that they could shoot the weapon. So, and then I'm going to spend more threat so that they can maybe not miss. Maybe. I'm going to buy 2 more dice. So that's going to be 3 threat gone. So roll 3d20. You know what? I'm gonna spend a bunch more dice because this is more interesting. I'm gonna roll 4d20.
Ooh.
Right? Hold on. No, 5. because I get 2 to start with. I'm going to roll all 5d20 and see what happens. Maybe they'll hit. They probably won't. Shit.
I got a 3.
Okay, a 3 and a 6. The difficulty was 2, right? So, because I rolled a 20, I'm going to just thematically say, just like when you guys roll a 20, it gives me threat. When I roll a 20, it gives you momentum. So, or an advantage. So you guys get a thing called an advantage, which you can decide is something that changes the scene.
Or we go up
Right.
to... How many momentum do we have right now?
Got 3 right now.
3.
May I suggest an advantage? He overloads the phaser so that it either blows up or completely malfunctions and is no longer usable.
So he
Okay.
gets his shot off, but he can't shoot again.
You can't shoot again.
Yeah, that's that actually that's consistent. So we'll say that. So it's a difficulty of 2. He had 2 successes. So the difficulty of this task is increased. Oh, okay, yeah. Yep. Cool. So 2. Yeah. Okay. So we get to do a thing with the challenge dice. So where is the page about the weapons? You know what I'm talking about? There's a page that weapons,
1 second, I'm looking it up.
and it shows me a little chart that shows me
Weapons table is 191.
191. Thank you. I was so close. Okay, so he's got a type 1 phaser, so that's a 2 plus his strength. Right? Is that right? Yeah, 2 plus strength. 2 plus security. That's what it is. All right, let me go back. 2 plus security, which I think is a 1. It is. So I will roll 3. In fact, can I do that? I think I can roll special dice here. I don't think from my end I can roll this. Man. Nope. That would be cool. That would be super ass amazing, but they won't let me do it. All right. Roll 3d6. See what happens. Oh, shoot. Okay, so 1. So amazingly, this Neanderthal is able to get off a shot, and it kind of harmlessly. I mean, it singes your uniform, your shoulder, and that's about it because it only does one stress worth of damage. So you do take 1 stress, Tsar, since you're the first person out.
Awesome.
And I think
that didn't feel nice.
It sure didn't. But that's it. It takes 1 stress, and then it just kind of goes. When the thing goes, drops it, and kicks it away, and it's kind of mad. Now the others have their hands. They look, and then they look, and they go, and they look like they're about to charge. It's now you guys' turn, and Sar has already done her thing for the time. Did you, by the way, happen to move out of the way? You're still standing straight in the middle of the...
I mean, if they're shooting at me, I'm ducking out of the way, yeah.
Okay, so she does the...
I'm not going to be like, shoot me! It does nothing! No, she's a tiny blonde chick.
So she executes a Kurt duck and roll.
Yeah.
In the process, gets shot in the arm.
Yeah.
It's not happy about it. Okay, so who's next?
Oh, if nobody wants to go next, Dominic would definitely jump out there with his phaser and using compact tactics try to go and off or take one of them down in such a way that the rest of them runs off.
Okay.
The leader, the phaser guy.
The phaser guy's in the back, so yeah, you can shoot them.
Who's the leader in the front?
Just some random person.
I don't think there's a leader. I think it's just kind of a group.
It's just a group, just a gang of Neanderthals coming at you.
Ender! So Dominic Q rushes out, all of his useful vigor, and he makes like this diving tuck roll.
All right, so you know how to do the attack, right? So it's still going to be, you're using the thing, so it's still going to be, what's that, control plus security, right?
Right.
Difficulty is still 2.
Could it be argued that, well, he's using a ranged weapon, so a fitness, I guess, wouldn't apply in this case?
It would not apply. Stop trying to argue and make the roll.
Just asking, but he would like to use
yes,
his
he
focus
may use his
on there.
focus. That's fine.
All right. And I would like to blow 1 point of momentum.
To get an extra dice. Do you guys agree? You can just nod your heads.
Sure.
Everybody agrees? Okay. Steve, thank you. Oh, you succeed. Okay, so now you do your I think
Actually, I've got 3 successes because my security is a 4, and my security roll that I rolled right there. Oh no, it's not. Never mind. No, I'm
you got
looking
a 13 and a 14.
at the wrong thing. Sorry.
Yep, you got a 13 and a 14. You're good. It's 2 successes. Okay, so you can roll the damn. I don't even know how to do that on these.
It's challenge
down
dice.
Oh, it's just a number of challenge dice.
Yeah.
So your challenge dice is.
3.
It should tell you right there. Oh, I'm looking at your thing. Let's see.
Yeah. If you
Actually, if you just roll it on the phaser type 2, it'll do it for you. So just click on the little button and roll that. Oh boy. Oh boy, you got an effect. All right, so holy shit, really? Okay.
5 successes and an effect.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you sure it's 5? It kind of looks like.
It's
1, 2, 3, 4. Because there's 2 2s.
Is that 1 and 1? Or is that. Shit. I can't tell. Security and weapon damage. I think it should be higher than 3 for you, right? Because a phaser type 2 is. That number seems off to me. Phaser type 2 is 3 plus your security, which is 4. So it should have rolled. It did. It rolled
7. Yep.
So 7. So what I think what we're looking at is a total of 4, 5, 6. I think you did 6 because that symbol counts as 1 in addition to the effect. So anyway, he just goes down. Boom. No, lights out. And the effect only took place if you decided to charge the weapon.
No.
So he just goes down. Next, the other.
Hold on, let me finish one last thing. Now, what I'd also like to do, because I spent momentum to add to the roll, now what I would like to do is roll my untapped potential to try to up our momentum. And it says on the page for untapped potential, whenever the character succeeds at a task, which they bought 1 or more additional dice with either momentum or threat, they may roll a challenge die. The character receives bonus momentum for each roll of the challenge die, adds 1 point to threat if an effect is rolled.
That's legit. Okay, how many challenge die you gonna roll?
Just 1.
Oh, okay. Well, so this is where you go up to the challenge area and roll that, right? So this is for that kind of thing. Oh no, sorry.
So,
but it was worth it, and this is the right that. So, good job. In fact, using that, and you have a value of.
Keep your wits about you in the wild.
Yeah, I think that was probably a good use of that. I'm going to let you do a determination. I'm going to let you gain a determination for just your quick thinking and, just being so willing to jump out there. Also, I believe that
I can fly.
Talia, yeah, right, you have used your determination. Yeah, you should have gotten an extra determination as well. That's interesting. There are 2 now. But yeah, you definitely have 2 because of the way you are all an alternative to violence. So, for sure. Okay, so now it's their turn, and the one that fell down, the one that shot, now there's another. I'm kind of seeing them in 2s, right? So these 2, and the one that was shooting was behind. So these 2 are here, and that one went down. Or maybe was Dominic shooting at the one with the gun?
I was shooting at one of the ones in the front, hoping that anyone else behind him or near him would think twice about it.
No, they don't think very well. So he's going to advance on, I think, Dom, because Talia maybe rolled out of the way already. So it's going to try to hit you with for some reason it says unarmed strike. See, because these guys are aggressive. They don't, they are aggressive and fearful. So this thing that you did that frightened them also makes them more aggressive. It basically angers them and they want to kill it. Oh, I'm afraid of it. Kill it type of thing. So, they have that, and they're going to do fitness plus security for their melee attack. Which is a 9, just so that you all know. It's not that high, but it's still pretty high for some NPCs. And I have literally used so much momentum that I can't use anymore. You know what? I can. I'm going to use my other momentum to get an extra dice. All right, so they're going to roll 3d20, see what happens. Can they get lower than a 9?
God, 2.
They're feral. So I'm gonna 2 successes on this to bust somebody upside the head. Oops, upside your head. Sit up. Oops, upside your head. Sit up. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist that.
Dude comes up, he hits Dominic. You just hear some disembodied voice in the background. KO.
Right? That's so funny. I don't know how that works, but okay.
Honestly, I bet Dominic is rigged to blow. Like, if anyone punches him, he's just gonna explode.
I believe it.
Okay. So that's that. It's got 1. Ooh, it's got knockdown. So what they'll do is they'll add their... I think that they add their, it's 3. It's 3 knockdown, right, that's it. So I'm gonna roll 3 of those, roll 3d6 and see what happens. Oh, good, a 2, haha, and a 5. So, knockdown weapons do the thing where if a special is the effect, if an effect is rolled, the thing happens. So he's using a club to bash the young man over the head, and he gets knocked down. So Dom goes down.
Which damage you would take?
Oh, you take 1, 2. The 4 counts as a blank, right? But the 5, so you take 3 stress. You do not have an injury, but unfortunately, because the 5 counts effect, and on a knockdown weapon, the effect means you get knocked down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. They're never going to keep me down. All right, so that's what happened. That's what happened. Now, Starfleet's turn. Who's next?
So at this point, after seeing Dominic get hit, I go, Aiden, didn't you say something Someone out?
I can use here if I'm allowed to combat.
Yeah, Aiden has the hypo. He could knock someone.
He could knock somebody out. That's true.
That would be very useful. We should sedate all of these people because they're Starfleet and we can't kill them. We're not killing them. Looking at you, Dominic. We're not killing them.
She says that. I love it. I love it. I support all of that. I'm so excited.
Regulation 23-1/5-7 dictates that hostile forces can be taken down when a matter of life or death. Commander just ow, smash.
If
Commander,
let's see.
I have enough sedatives here, and I look towards Dominic.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've only
He's
got a
offering
few
to sedate
seconds
Dominic.
to do this. So do something.
Have if I can go in using
Oh, by the way,
Vulcan martial
Caval,
arts.
do you have
Hand combat and
the
maybe-
nerve pinch? Did you take the nerve pinch?
She does have it.
I was just about to say that nerve pinch as well.
Okay. Well, while the
get my hands
thing
on him,
is
possibly I can help the
literally
doctors.
standing over Dominic, it's kind of at your side, so you could come up here because, okay, if you imagine that Dominic just exited this door, right? He just came out the door, right? This is the door. Dominic just walked out the door, and the thing came up beside him and bopped him so that it's standing over. It's basically presenting its
Okay.
side to you as it's
I think I'll use
standing
that whole
over.
round.
Okay.
Nerve
So
pinch.
execute that mofo nerve pinch, please. All right. So here's how you
Anybody.
do the nerve pinch, right? You're
My
going
sound
to
go out.
do melee attack.
Yeah, I can hear you.
We can hear you. I can hear you, but it's
Yes, I have
it's
the
fine.
nerve
that I
pinch.
can hear you.
Okay, good. So here, can you hear me?
Yes.
No, I'm asking Batrita. Can you hear me?
Batrita?
I don't think she can. Can you hear us, Batrita?
Batrita!
Oh, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay, now
Okay.
she can hear us. Okay.
Yay!
Woo! I know that.
Can you hear me?
you're- Yes, we can. We can hear you very well.
Okay.
Yes.
So, nerve pinch is a melee attack.
Yes.
So, what are you rolling for that? Just.
I am rolling for that is one of my I'm gonna have to sprint toward him, so I guess one would be fitness.
Does she pick an
Security?
attribute? Does she choose an attribute in a discipline? Andrea, why aren't you talking?
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I'm not talking because she can't hear me. So sorry about that.
Pinch is
As
almost-
far as I can tell, Batrita can't, which is why I'm.
Batrita,
typing
can you
for
hear
her.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear?
Okay.
But can you hear Andrea?
Yeah, when I'm talking, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, great. Okay, cool. So what you'll need to do. Really, no. I think it's just a melee attack, the nerve pinch. Give me a second to. So the melee attack, the basic melee attack is.
Fitness and security.
Fitness and security, right.
She can use science or medicine instead of security when initiating the nerve pinch.
Correct. So you can use medicine, whichever is going to be higher for you. Fitness or your medicine higher.
And she can
medicine.
she can increase the damage by science or medicine instead of security.
Oh, that's lovely.
I'm sorry.
Where did you read that from, Joey?
Page 110 on where it has the nerve pinch
I'm
talent.
gonna roll. And that is a 4 and a
And
10.
would you also like to use a point of momentum? We have 2 left.
I don't think she needs it, but she could.
Oh no, I did.
She got a 4 and a 10.
Yeah. I
Got
think
more
your
there.
focus of Vulcan Mark would mean that you would particularly good at this nerve pinch. So
15.
that actually gives her 3 successes. Right? So you got 3. 3.
Great.
Yeah, she's not. I think her screen is stopped. Did you hear me? You got 3 successes.
You got 3 successes.
Okay, cool.
She heard that or not.
And so that basically means that you have momentum. So you got one to.
So we're back to 3 momentum.
You're back to 3 momentum, and it's got 1 intense, right? So that is 1 plus her. So normally when you're doing a melee attack, right, you add the effect of the weapon, right, whatever that is, plus your security. In the case to give you how many attack dice, combat dice you would roll, right? How many of the D6s? In her situation, she can add 1 plus either science or medicine instead of using security to do that. Does that make sense? So it might behoove her to use the science or the medicine number to add to the 1 to determine how many challenge dice she'll roll.
Her science is 5. I think
Correct.
she wants to use the science.
Correct. So here's what'll happen. So this will be a little hard, but not much harder than what I did. You're gonna roll 6d6. Yeah.
And I am
Her nerve.
Keep going.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Her nerve pinch. Do you know how to do multiple d6s at once? There she goes. She did it. All right, 66. Wow, that's amazing. So listen, I'm not even gonna. This guy just down. Boom. You took him out very easily. Exactly. I think that's my favorite thing. And she just comes up beside him.
Dominic.
Well, yeah, he falls right on top of Dominic. That's exactly what happens. Yeah.
I'd like to have that count as half cover, if I may, please. If cover is a thing in this game.
You don't need it. You're being weird. All right, so the other ones are like, but they are so angry, they're gonna keep coming. So the one behind, so you've got 2, I think, are down, right?
Can Lieutenant Dell please knock 1 out or more? That would be
If you want to keep the initiative, you can do that by spending momentum.
Would be a good thing to do right now.
Yeah, sure.
I think one of you has the ability, skill sheet, to like keep the initiative. I think that's one of those. Hold on.
I just. Okay.
I am going to need
That
to
one is-
go fairly soon. I
Oh
can't
yeah,
be
because you
on.
actually have a thing. Okay, so
Yeah,
this is
I have
it,
other
the
stuff
battle.
to do today. Because
I wanna
it's only
shoot
1
the
p.m.
remaining-
Okay, well, if you can hold with us just a little longer, we'll end this battle, and then that's going to be the end of it.
I'm gonna shoot the remaining one with a phaser.
All right, so let's imagine that you guys spent 2. I'm going to say it costs 2 momentum. We'll figure out the details later. To keep the initiative, you guys keep the initiative, and Aiden goes forward to shoot the guy with the thing. I can't imagine that you'll miss, but you know, it's going to be
Possible.
it's like a melee attack basically. So you're going to just with difficulty of 2.
Phasers or melee?
Oh yeah, phasers are range.
He's not using a melee. He's not using a phaser.
He said he was using a phaser.
Yeah, I want to use the phaser.
Yeah,
I don't want to
he
use
said
both
he
of
was
these
using
guys.
Oh, I thought you were going to use the. Okay, so go ahead and use the phaser then. That's
Rolling security.
yeah, control plus security.
Okay, so I'm rolling.
2d20.
I got a 19 and a 13.
All right. So what is your number? Control plus security.
Control plus security is 12.
Okay, so you miss terribly, which is further evidence that Doctor should not be shooting.
Did I get him?
No.
You didn't. No. Sorry, Doc. You should have just gone with the fucking thing. Okay,
The
never
hypo.
mind.
Threw it at him.
Should have gone with
Should
the
have gone
hypo.
with the hypo.
The hypo.
I'm not getting near that.
Okay, that's legit. All right, so it's their turn, and they come forward with another attack towards Talia since she's out there.
Nice.
The one with the well, it blew up, so it's just I think got a club in the other hand, right? So it's gonna roll 2d20, 3d20 with a.
Oh, nice.
Oh no, it misses like a bitch. All right, so none of that. It's nothing. Go ahead. It's you guys' turn. I think the last person to go is Regina in this situation.
I haven't fired yet, so I can fire my phaser.
Okay. Fire your
Control.
phaser.
Security 2 task roll.
2. Unless you want to aim, which you can do. You can aim as a free action. Aiming does the thing where you get to re-roll something if it goes against you. So you can. I'm sorry I didn't tell you guys that. Because I'm still learning how to do it. It's been a long time. It's been 3 weeks and I've dungeon mastered 5 separate other games. So, oh yeah. If you guys had just, never mind. I can't blame you for my own misgivings. I messed up. Did you roll? Are you going to roll?
No, not yet.
Please go ahead and roll. Ooh, only 1 success, huh? So if you decided to aim, so as a result of aiming, you can roll 1d20 and try to get under an 11. Nope. So you miss. Okay, so now we're back to the top of the round. Sorry, it's your turn.
All right. We're going to need to do some training exercises in marksmanship after this is all over. Let's see.
Undeniably true. You're gonna have to make use of all those hot sweets.
I can temporarily fix a phaser. I can't.
Let me check the rulebook real quick for something.
Okay. What did you want to do?
I have an ability called Diffuse the Tension, and I just was wanting to remember what that was.
Oh, cool. Okay. Use the tension. Well, while she's looking that up,
Whenever I attempt a task to persuade someone not to resort to violence, I may add a bonus d20 to my dice pool.
Oh.
Can I yell at them again?
Yeah. I'll allow that.
Okay. It's great. I want to be like, absolutely not. You are Starfleet. You're members of the Federation. Act like it. Like, very frustrated mom mode. That's the goal.
Okay.
So
that last point of momentum. Do it.
Now,
Awesome.
are you yelling at your people?
No, I'm yelling at the guys, the mutants.
Okay, cool.
At the very
You're
least,
also
I want them
yelling
to
at your
cower.
people?
Maybe my people a little bit, but shh. So presence and command, and I get 3 dice.
Yeah, so you'll click 3 when it comes to Oh. Well, shit. Hell yeah. Um. So now I'm wondering about this seed and the difficult. Oh, this isn't a. So I think I have to roll 2. I forgot about that. Roll. I don't have any more d20s. I just used them all. So 2d20, and they're gonna do to resist that. Let me look at that little cheat sheet you gave me. Oh, success provides. So each NPC. Normally, the base difficulty. This difficulty can be adjusted by circumstance, such as by traits in play. The result of each task. Okay. All right. What did you roll to?
What
did you roll? What?
Like what
it's
numbers?
There. Presence and command.
Yeah.
All right. So I gotta get. They don't have any. I think they probably have insight and security in this situation. They literally have no stat security. So 8, 9, 10, 11. They actually, this is one of their highest features, insight plus security.
I want them to put their weapons down and behave.
I understand.
Darn it.
I'm just gonna turn the car around.
Did you see what I just rolled,
Don't
guys?
make me turn this runabout around!
I'm just gonna turn.
Yeah, so even you guys are like, oh, she's serious, and they step back and they start retreating. And the one at the furthest to the back just cuts and runs. He spends his whole turn.
Do I gain a determination because that was tied to my value?
Yeah. You already got an extra determination, but if you want a third,
of course I want a third determination.
Okay, you can have it. Yeah, that was real strong. That was real strong language. So I have used all my threat up. I'm very upset about that. But hey, at least one of you guys popped, and the other one got hit. So you guys are, and the other just cowers. Cowers like that. And so, what would you guys like to do with the one that's cowering, and the other one they're taking off, and they've kind of disappeared into the forest?
The one that's cowering,
sedate him.
Sedate him.
Yes.
Okay, so they're sedated, and the other one is. I mean, it's just the other two are knocked out, so you may want to.
Oh, it's somebody get this off of me.
I got you, buddy. And I try to push it off.
Okay.
I'm definitely probably not strong enough.
I don't need to help, but it's just like, ow.
Yeah, I know you're definitely strong.
I'm probably noticing that I got shot in the arm. Or
Okay,
remembering
so
again
Doc,
and being like, ow.
Your commander is. She's not technically bleeding, but yeah, she's got.
I'm a little singed.
She's a little singed.
Alright.
You may want to.
Alright, let me take a look at you.
Thank you.
Check out the medical tricorder. Do a little scanning here. Yeah, okay, it's just a flesh one. I got this.
Ow.
Yeah.
And I want to use my skills to patch her up. So that would be medicine and what?
Actually, there is. Give me a second.
And I have emergency medicine, so I guess that as a focus.
Ooh, that's cool. There is so much more to do. I can't wait to get you guys. Yeah, okay, there it is. It says... Oh, that's a different thing. Dom, you've got a headache, but you need to take a look at the runabout to figure out how damaged it is, just so you know.
Oh, yeah.
Is this a point in which we want to maybe take a pause?
Yeah, there it is. It's reason plus medicine with a difficult 1 for every injured character. So you have 2 injured characters.
All right, so reason plus medicine, 14. But I do have emergency medicine focus. I don't know how that helps or if it does.
All right, so if you click yes for focus, that means what is
I
your?
can't click anything.
Oh, right. All right, you can't. So what is your medicine?
My medicine is a 4.
Okay, so whatever you roll on your 20s, then if it's a 1, it would be considered a critical success. So that's 2 successes.
I'm sorry to sound conked out.
Tell
With
him
both D20s, anything that is a 4 less counts as 2 successes. Otherwise, it's a success if it is below your total.
Okay, so I'm rolling 2 D20s. I got a 3 and a 19.
Wow. Okay. So,
Successes.
focus. 3 and 19 equals
2 successes.
I can spell two successes. All right, so he's able to fix your arm up, no problem. You want to do it again for Dom because he's got a contusion on the back of his head.
Oh, at least I.
It appears to be growing.
Whoa.
Going.
Let's take a look at this.
Hematoma.
A 1 and a
filling up with
18.
blood.
Did you say a 1?
And an 18.
Wow. Okay, so equals 2 successes. All right, so
Isn't a 1 a crit success? Oh, the 18
It is.
not. So, got it.
yeah. So he actually got 2 crit successes on each of those. 1 crit. Again, he's using medicine. So the 3 counted as a crit success as well as that 1. So the difficulty was only 1. So you gained 2 momentum while he was healing you up.
Woot.
So, did I get healed?
You did.
Do I get to
Yes.
take off the stress point?
You do.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually what happens is at the end of the combat, so I mean, he didn't really even, you guys didn't actually take any, just sort of, if you had taken an injury, you would have, in that scenario, we would have needed to do kind of what he's doing, but just generically, when you take stress, it does not mean that you are injured. It just means that you, it's arbitrary, but anyway, you all are fine. It's cool.
Awesome.
So that is interesting. You
Okay.
you have 3 in custody. 1 ran away, and
Right,
as you look up, you note one that the ship is going to need some repairs. I would love for reason and science, or reason and no, you did that already.
Are we about
what
to?
about?
Are we about to wrap up?
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah, this is the very last
Yeah.
thing. This
Okay.
I promise. This
I'm
is the very
sorry.
last thing. The science outpost is gonna have the parts that you guys need. Sure of it, but there's a rocky bluff a few kilometers in the distance. Kate saw the image, so so you guys are gonna need to what's the word? Do some walking. It's not 100 kilometers, just a few kilometers, but unfortunately there's some stuff in between. There's a ravine that you're probably going to have to get across, and it's on a bluff, so you're going to have to go do a little bit of climbing to get up to it.
Fun.
So, do we want to do those rolls now, or do we want to wait the next session?
Oh, sir, that's not a 1 roll. That's a scene, and you'll be doing that the next time we get together.
Excellent. Alrighty, cool.
Okay, so
I think that was
that's-
just her coming soon on.
coming soon. Yeah. It's not so easy to get over the obstacle.
It'll be fun. We're gonna do some parkour.
Gonna be
it'll
great.
It'll be great. So hopefully we can work on our technical difficulties. Thank you so much, Sar. Let's just give Sar a round of applause for hosting and doing all of the work. We now have a
Yay.
recording that we will be able to put on our channel. I'm very excited. Thank you.
I will work on getting those uploaded to the Google Drive slowly but surely.
Yay!
Thank you, darling.
Yay!
Okay, thank you, Steve, for sticking it in and doing it live via cell phone.
No problem.
You know, we are trying our best, and we will see what happens next time on Adventuring with Adventurers in Space.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Nobody died.